So I've been playing with this new Google AI tool called NotebookLM that allows you to upload a bunch of source files, PDFs, documents, whatever they are, and then you can ask it questions about the documents you've uploaded. So you can get it to summarize them and what have you. Um, this is pretty useful for a mediator because quite often we will get, a couple of days before the mediation, a big bundle of documents. There might be many hundreds of pages long, and it's quite time consuming to read through it and build a picture of what's going on. But this Notebook LM is just amazing, really. It's summarizing and things and getting real kind of nuggets of information that you might not really notice yourself just reading through. As far as I can establish, it's completely private. So as long as you're paying for a Google account, you're using a paid Google account, Google Workspace account, they explicitly say that the documents are not being used to train the AI model, and they're not reviewed by human reviewers. So it seems to me that it's safe to share information with it. It's not going to go anywhere else. You can just use it as your own tool. I actually, for the purposes of this video, I've created a kind of fake bundle of documents from a mixture of other things, and just to give you a feel for the kind of things it can do. So I uploaded, it was about 400 pages of material about a fictional property refurbishment dispute. And I've asked NotebookLM to do a few things. One, I want a timeline. And it's just given me this timeline, and all this stuff is, you can see this is all, it's giving me a little timeline of things, of what happens when, and everything is sourced. I can just hover here and it's just referring to which bit of the document where it's got that little fact from, so I can just check it's right. I've also asked it to summarize the key points in the claim, and so this is between Alice and Bob. Alice is the householder, Bob is the builder. These are the key things that Alice is claiming. This is what Bob is saying about that. That's pretty handy summary. Separately, just a summary of the amounts that are involved here. So that is, just that on its own, and that comes within a few seconds, right? That's got to save you, a good couple of hours, maybe an hour at least of reading and taking notes and what have you. And then the really cool thing, it's a bit gimmicky, but it's really cool. It does this kind of short 10 or 15 minute like podcast style audio discussion of the documents. And I'll just play you a couple of little tidbits. Like, the voices that you're hearing in these clips are just robots, right? They're just people, but they're not real people. But it just sounds like they've really understood the key issues that are going on. So listen to this, for example. This is the kind of some of the opening remarks between our two podcast hosts that are discussing this.
Standard.
Yeah. Yeah, but one of the interesting things I noticed right away is the tone of their communication. It's very casual, almost like they're old friends,
Interesting.
just chatting about a project. And Bob even offers to view other properties with Alice for a fee, which kind of implies there's a good level of trust already established.
Oh, that's a good point. So that right there, maybe that leads to them skipping some of those more formal steps.
Exactly.
Like drawing up a really detailed contract.
Right.
And then this little bit here where they clearly, there's not two people here, it's just one AI, but anyway, the AI just has really clocked the key points.
So Alice, she makes that initial deposit of £5,000.
Okay.
Continues to make payments as the work is being done, and then boom, November 15th, 2020. Bob sends her a summary of the costs.
Uh-oh.
And it's a lot more than she was expecting.
How much more are we talking?
Over £9,000.
Anyway, it's pretty clever. I tried to, as part of this, I did also try to get the AI to propose a solution, like to see if it would actually act as a judge and decide who should pay who, how much, but it couldn't get to it. It just kept giving me like if this, if that, then blah blah blah. I couldn't quite get it to decide. But honestly, you could just see that before too long, you could certainly imagine that a robot judge could impose a settlement here. Anyway, there you go. That is NotebookLM from Google. Check it out if you want to.